Winterbrook was silent under a thick blanket of snow. The streetlights glowed dimly, casting golden halos on the falling flakes. In this peaceful quiet, an old man, Samuel Reed, stepped out of his small wooden house. He held something tightly against his chest. A metal box, scratched, dented, but polished with care. Every year, on this exact winter night, Samuel carried the same box on the same lonely walk. The neighbors had seen him many times. They whispered, "Why does he hide that box? What's inside it? Treasure? Old letters? A secret?" But no one knew. Samuel walked slowly. His boots sinking into the fresh snow, his breath fogging the cold air. His steps were heavy. Not from age, but from memories. Tonight, you will learn why. Fade into his small home. Samuel entered his house, lit only by the soft glow of a small lamp. It was simple. A couch with worn-out fabric, family photos faded by time, and a tiny stove heating the room. He sat at the table and placed the metal box in front of him. The sound of metal on wood echoed in the quiet room. With slow, almost trembling hands, he opened it. Inside lay crumpled dollar bills, small stacks of carefully counted coins, and a tiny wooden toy soldier, painted in red and gold, the paint chipped from age. Samuel stared at it and smiled, a soft, emotional smile wrapped in old memories. This wasn't just money. It was a year of sacrifice. Every spare dollar. Every coin he found in his pocket. Every time he said no to something he wanted. It all ended up in this box. Not for him. For the children of Winterbrook. The box held not only money, but purpose. Samuel touched the toy soldier gently, almost as if afraid it would break. Then memories washed over him. Winterbrook, many decades ago. A small boy, young Samuel, maybe 7 years old, sat outside a closed toy store, watching the glowing display inside. Other children were laughing, holding boxes wrapped in colorful paper. Their parents pulling them close to avoid the cold. But Samuel had no gifts. No money. No decorations at home. His family barely had enough to eat. Christmas was just another cold day. He hugged his thin jacket tighter. Suddenly, footsteps approached. A man, tall, wearing a long dark coat and a wool hat, stopped beside him. Samuel looked up, startled. The man knelt down. "You look cold," he said gently. Samuel nodded. "Are you okay?" Samuel hesitated, then whispered. I never get Christmas gifts." The man's eyes softened. He reached into his coat and pulled out a small gift wrapped in simple red paper. He placed it in Samuel's hands. "Merry Christmas," the man said. "Christmas is for every child." Samuel's eyes widened. "For me. For you." The man smiled and walked away into the snowfall, disappearing like magic. Samuel tore the paper open. Inside was the same wooden soldier. His first gift. His first Christmas miracle. Back to the present. Samuel wiped a tear from his eye. That night, decades ago, changed him. Now, older and living alone, he decided to keep the tradition alive. To be for others what that stranger was for him. Every year, Samuel saved whatever he could. He worked odd jobs. Stacking shelves, cleaning yards, repairing small items for neighbors. No matter how little he earned, he always kept part of it in the box. His mission: buy Christmas gifts for children who had none. Deliver them secretly. And keep the spirit alive. In town, people called him the Christmas Phantom. No one knew the gifts came from him. But this year, something unexpected was waiting. Snow crunched under Samuel's boots as he walked toward the old community center, a warm place where struggling families gathered for Christmas Eve. He carried a large sack filled with toys. Dolls, trucks, books, puzzles, teddy bears, simple things, but full of love. Inside, the center was buzzing with whispers and excitement. Kids sat around a small wooden tree with flickering lights. They had nothing fancy, but hope in their eyes. Samuel quietly placed the gifts under the tree, arranging them so every child would get something. No applause. No thanks. Just love. He turned to leave. But a soft voice stopped him. "Sir." A little girl with big brown eyes and messy braids stood behind him, clutching her old blanket. Are you the one who brings the gifts every year?" Samuel froze. For the first time, someone had caught him. He turned slowly. The girl looked at him with trembling curiosity. "I've never had a gift before," she whispered, "but last year I got one, and I kept it all year. I just wanted to say, thank you." Samuel's heart squeezed. He knelt down to her level. He placed a gentle hand on her shoulder. "I'm just someone," he said softly, "who wants you to feel special at Christmas, because someone once made me feel the same." The girl's eyes filled with tears. She hugged him tightly. "You made Christmas real for me," she whispered. Samuel felt warmth spread through him, the same warmth he once felt as a child holding that wooden soldier. The next day, the center burst with joy. Children ripped open their gifts, laughter echoing through the hall. A little boy danced with a toy helicopter. A girl hugged her new doll. Two brothers raced their toy cars across the floor. Samuel stood at the doorway, hidden in the shadows, watching with quiet happiness. He didn't need applause. He didn't need recognition. The children's smiles were enough. The warmth he felt was richer than any gift he could receive. As Samuel walked home through the silent snowfall, he held the wooden soldier tightly in his coat pocket. He whispered the same words he heard as a boy. "Christmas is for every child." He looked back at the faint lights of the center glowing in the distance. The kindness he received long ago. He had passed it on. Not for 1 year. Not for a few years. But for a lifetime. And that is how one man saved Christmas for hundreds of children.